So the federal government and Alberta have both talked about the need for investor confidence to get a private proponent to build a West Coast pipeline. At the same time, Alberta is pursuing an appeal in pursuit of having the courts allow a vote to break apart the country, and your government refuses to rule out using its power to call an independence referendum. How do you square fighting for a secession question while providing investor confidence?
Well, there's often off-topic questions, so I might ask our guests if you want to take a seat. I'll call one of you up if you want to, if we get some on-topic questions. Yeah, sure. Just so you don't have to stand behind me making faces. Look, I mean, I support sovereignty within a united Canada. That means something. That means Alberta should stay a part of Canada and continue to pursue and support and enshrine our constitutionally in invested rights, and also make sure that the federal government respects them. That's what today's about. It's not just saying, this is the way the federal government works, so we just have to accept it. It's saying, you know what, the country can work better. And it works better when we respect our equal areas of jurisdiction and we find areas of overlap. That's what I've been doing since November, is what I will keep on doing every single day to convince Albertans that Canada can work, and it will work, and it is working in the best interest not only of us but also of Canada. The issue regarding the court judgment, and I have to say there's sort of two judgments that came out at about the same time. One judgment was saying, was against the Citizens Initiative Act altogether, saying it shouldn't proceed because all questions that could potentially be asked by citizens would be deemed in need of some kind of consent. And that was rejected. So that one came out because it was overly broad. So then it was followed up by this one that seems to put a requirement on Citizens Initiative to do a duty of consultation. And quite frankly, I don't even know how that would be possible. How are citizens who want to put a petition question forward supposed to comply with that? That effectively negates the Citizen Initiative Act. That's why I've said it's anti-democratic and we think it's an error in law. So we want to preserve the right of citizens to be able to have broad latitude to ask these questions on whatever topic they choose, and we will have to have a meeting with caucus and cabinet to figure out the particulars of the one that has been struck down. But the judgment itself has much, much broader implications for our citizens' initiative process, and we think that's the reason it needs to be challenged.
Okay. Do you think, though, that you can get a private proponent behind a pipeline if there is a referendum on separation hanging over Alberta for who knows how long?
Well, I think that what we need to do is make sure that the separatist sentiment is not as high as it has been in the last year. When the Liberals got elected, separatist sentiment went up to 42%. In our most recent polling, we've seen that it's somewhere between 33 and 35%, so it's coming down. Historically, it's been under 20%. That's where I'd like it to be again. I'd like for us to have Albertans feel such confidence that Canada is working for them that that separatist sentiment it goes back to historically low levels. We're not quite there yet. There's a few more things that we need to do, but I think these kinds of agreements help to get us there, and that's what I need to work towards. So at the moment, I think that we have a pretty good deal that we're going to be able to celebrate. I think this will go a long way towards demonstrating that the new Prime Minister approaches the issue of cooperative federalism in a very different way than the previous Prime Minister has for the last 10 years. Now, it may not be the deciding factor for everyone, but it's going to, I believe, convince a few more people that Canada's worth fighting for and it's worth working towards.